Durag Wisdom here, folks, and today is Earth Day Y2K 18.11.01. 5 days out from the election, the midterms, and this is my closing message on voting to our young people. There was this disturbing editorial cartoon in the New York Daily News depicting a young voter being asked if he is going to vote. And he answers, "What's that?" I was a public school teacher for 28 years. I've seen how sad it is that generations of children are being neglected. Instead of being taught to engage in their country, they are taught to enjoy their video games. Paying attention to the world around them has become obsolete because instead of embracing the world around them, many of today's young have their noses stuck to their smartphones, and ironically enough, instead of becoming smart, using these devices have made our young more stupid. There's this great line from the movie Fearless, where Jeff Bridges' character, a survivor of a plane crash, takes away his son's video game and says, "When you die, you don't get another life." As I view the world today, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we are in a hell of a lot of trouble. And I blame my generation of baby bunglers for this mess. My generation is on its way out. Slowly and surely, we are dying. There is no future for my generation. The future is for the young. And yet, our final baby bungler message to the younger generations is Donald, terrorist, traitor, Trump. Disgusting. With just 5 days remaining to the midterm elections, I send out my final message to the young if they will listen. I beg each and every one of you to be engaged with your country, to get active, to run for something, and most importantly, to vote in every single election from now on. Young people, you must vote because you have a lot to lose if you don't. Specifically our country, the USA, to a Trump dictator puppet of a foreign power, specifically Russia. I grew up in the USA, and for my 68 years I've learned that our country always has to fight for the best in itself. It always has to fight the corrupt evil that has always existed among us in the shadows and is now out of them. It has always had to stand for the weak and for the disenfranchised, for the young and for the old. And it must make sure that we have a pristine planet for future generations to enjoy, not poisoned, not riddled by hate and violence, not controlled by the greedy, evil rich for their own gain. And here we get to the bottom line. My generation has been derelict in its duty, and now it is up to the young to redeem us. But how do we, the old, get the young to vote? Celebrities can have an influence if they are not morons. Schools and teachers can instruct students in the importance of a civic education. Reading and understanding the Constitution should be one of the first things students should do once they gain that reading level. Parents should model positive civic behavior for their children. In other words, they should vote and show their children by example the importance of maintaining our precious democratic republic. Here are some questions I would ask young people in order to help convince them to vote. 1. Do you believe that climate change is real and must be reckoned with? 2. Do you believe that our natural resources, our pristine lands and open country are vital to our national character? 3. Do you want your infrastructure upgraded for the 21st century and beyond so that there will always be pure drinking water, a state-of-the-art electric grid, upgrades of rail and road travel, the planting of more trees, and the use of pure non-polluting power such as wind and solar? Do you want, number 4, do you want a free and open internet through net neutrality? 5, do you believe in a woman's right to choose? 6, do you believe in the separation of church, tribal law from the secular state? 7, do you believe in building bridges instead of walls? 8, do you believe that all people in public office must respect the rule of constitutional law? 9, do you respect diversity? Do you respect the rights of all races, all genders, all sexual orientations? 10, do you believe in the right to vote? 11, do you believe in a global community of supportive neighbors? Do you believe that colleges should be free? That's 12. 13, do you support traditional, non-privatized public education? 14, do you believe in organized labor? And 15, do you believe and support universal health care for all, including those with pre-existing conditions? If you answered yes to all these questions, my young people, you must get to the polls as if your very life depended on it. Because the evil in our country, ladies and gentlemen and young people, has risen up and has said no to all the above issues. I blame my generation of baby bunglers for the mess we are in today. But if young people remain apathetic and just obsessed with games and reality TV shows, and if they don't vote, they will share the blame ultimately. The country will go down the drain, and the youth of today will not even be able to dance on our graves. The baby bunglers.